What's up, guys? Do you ever feel like your thoughts are kind of just scattered and all over the place? Maybe you're a little bit spacing out and you're lacking that mental clarity, and maybe you got some of that brain fog going on, and maybe this is happening a little too often, more often than you'd like, right? And you want to make a change. You want to know how to do that. Well, that's perfect, because today I'll be sharing 5 habits on how to boost mental clarity. But right before that, guys, I gotta do the introduction. Welcome back, all my Tim's Club members. You guys are the best. So good to see you here. Thanks for showing up. And if you're new here, guys, I'm Tim from Tim's Club, where I make videos about singing, self-development, and vlogging. So if you're into those things, subscribe to be part of the club and stick around, okay, guys? So we're gonna hop right into it. Alright, guys, so habit number 1 is to produce more than you consume. Now you're like, wait, what does that even mean? Okay, well, oftentimes, guys, the first thing we wake up in the morning, we hop on social media or whatever. We're getting on YouTube and looking at current events, the news, Facebook, what's our friends up to? What are they doing today? Right? A lot of the times we're being the consumer, right? We're absorbing all of this information instead of actually, being a producer, where we're going and carrying out things that we need to do, the task that we need to carry out. You see, if you're absorbing all this information and not, actually working on what you need to work on, then your mind will be crowded full of information that doesn't really serve you, and therefore you're gonna lack that mental clarity, you see. Whereas in the space where you focus on yourself, you're gonna be a little bit, you're gonna feel like you have more clarity, you know what you're doing and what to focus on, right? So instead of spending all that time consuming whether it be media or other things, spend that on producing things for yourself, you see, and that will help boost your mental clarity. That's habit number 1, guys. And so now we're gonna talk about habit number 2. All right, so habit number 2, guys, is mind to paper. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It's to basically put what's on your mind down on paper. You see, I used to think that, I have a good memory. I can memorize everything. I'll keep track of it all, no problem. I don't need pen and paper. Like, why would I waste time doing that? Well, actually, guys, what you're doing is, when you have it in your mind, it's consuming a lot of that energy and brain power to remember all the things that you have to do, and then try to organize them and prioritize them to see which ones you need to do first. And you're constantly having to do that for each task. Then you're wasting a lot of that mind and energy, brain power, that even when you put it down on paper, it'll just be a lot easier. That way you can get it out of your mind and you're able to see it visually. Not only that, it's easier to prioritize them, organize them in order of importance, and you can also check them off when you're done. You see, instead of wasting that brain space in your head to retain all that information of the tasks and the order of importance, just put it down on paper. That way you have something to look back on and you don't have to memorize it all. So that's habit number 2, guys. Remember, just to organize your thoughts, put it down on paper, and that will definitely save your brain power and boost the mental clarity. So that was habit number 2, guys. Put what's on your mind down on paper. And now we're moving on to habit number 3, which is to change the scenery. All right, do you guys ever feel like after you've been sitting for a long time, maybe you're attending a webinar, or you're at work and you've been sitting for long hours, or studying in the library, whatever it may be, guys, you feel like your brain is just fried, like, oh man, I cannot absorb any more information or do any more work. I need that change of pace, that change of scenery. It's important to remember to get up and stretch your feet, stretch your legs, and change that scenery, guys. Even if you're only going out to the garden for maybe 5 or 10 minutes to water your plants, that definitely makes a huge difference. But guys, definitely one of my favorite change of scenery, guys, is always nature. All right, it's always amazing to be out in nature. Okay, it definitely allows you to be out of your element instead of just completely consumed by your thoughts of work and whatever it is. Going out in nature allows for a nice refresh. I like to say you and nature should be like best friends, all right? Whenever you're having a tough time, or you got too much on your mind, or you just need a change of pace, Go and see your best friend. Go out to nature. Speaking of which, why don't we go ahead and change that scenery, and I'll go ahead and talk about habit number 4 and take you to that new spot. Alright, hey guys, we made it outside here. How's that for a change of scenery, yeah? Take a look. It's a beautiful day out here. Show you really quickly around. Alright, so let's talk about point number 4, alright? And that's, to stop listening to everyone before you listen to yourself, right? Too many times we got opinions of others, right? We got, friends, family, co-workers, they all got something to say. But let me ask you this, guys. Do they actually know you better than you? Alright? Sometimes it's better to trust your own intuition, to listen to yourself, alright? And when you do listen to others, ask yourself the question, do they have the results that you want, you see? So always go for results-based information instead of just, listening to everyone's opinion, because everybody has something to share, something to say, but it's not always right for you. So don't crowd your mind with the, information that may not serve you. Alright guys, so it looks like the wind is going to be picking up here. Let's go ahead and get back inside and we'll talk about habit number 5. Alright, hey guys, we made it back inside. It's a little bit less windy, so it's easier to talk to you guys. Let's talk about habit number 5, and that's to be in the present moment. You see, guys, oftentimes when you lack that mental clarity, it's because your thoughts are scattered either to something that happened in the past or maybe something that will happen in the future. And you see, when you're constantly, thinking about these things, then your mind isn't here in the present moment. It isn't able to collect itself and have the clarity because you're scattering your mind and your thoughts to so many different things that it's going to reduce its focus and reduce its clarity and attention. You see when you bring yourself and your thoughts and your mind into the here and now in the present moment. So guys, then you won't have that brain fog, where your thoughts are kind of just so super scattered. So guys, it's so important to remember to bring yourself and be in the present moments, focus on the tasks instead of thinking about so many other things that, that don't really help you right now. Alright guys, so let's recap the 5 habits that can boost your mental clarity. So number 1 was to stop consuming more than you produce. Okay guys, stop absorbing all that information about social media and other people's businesses and start focusing more on what can you do, what can you make, what can you produce. Okay, focus on the things you can do instead of absorbing a bunch of information that doesn't serve you. Okay. And number 2, guys, was mind to paper. So put what's on your mind down on the paper so you can free up that brain space and you're able to see it and visualize it on paper. It's much more clear and you can check things off and organize them as you please. Alright, so that's number 2. And number 3, guys, is to change the scenery. Alright, sometimes if you're stuck in the same place for a long period of time, then it gets kind of dull, the energies get stale. So you want to move around, stretch your body, and also take a look at different things. And the best place to go is out to nature, guys. So go ahead and go for a walk and get outside. And number 4, guys, was to stop listening to other people more than you listen to yourself. You see, others always have their thoughts and opinions, but it doesn't mean it's always right for you. So, it's important to look inwards and always ask yourself the questions first. And also, if you do listen to others, remember to look for the results. Do they have the results that you want to achieve? And so guys, number 5 was to be in the present moment. If your mind's always in the past or in the future, you're never going to have that 100% full clarity of being in the here and now. Okay, so guys, if you learned anything at all, if you liked this video, or you've just had fun hanging out here in the club with me, then please hit that like button, subscribe button, and the notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. I just want to thank you all so much for being part of Tim's Club. Yes, respect. You guys are the best. Alright, this is where I inspire you guys one video at a time. And till next time, guys, I'll see you on the next one. Peace out. Yeah, let's raise the consciousness up in here. Listen up. I am creator, we take action now and not later. So in face, we even love the haters. Building this from the ground up, layer by layer. Playing this game of life, aiming to